Hey guys, Charlie here, and today we're going to be going over part 5 of the Yavin build vlog. This has been a huge endeavor, and the amount of progress we've made since the last time is quite substantial, and I think you guys are going to be excited. First, I'd like to give a quick shout out to our sponsors at brickstuff.com. They make custom LED kits for Lego sets. You can buy the LEDs on their own and start working them into your own model, and we've used them here to build up Yavin in just an incredible way, and it's really going to highlight our models down the road. So if you guys want to add LEDs to your Lego models, I highly recommend brickstuff.com. They're awesome. And also, if you want to buy some cool Lego MOCs, go to brickstuff.toys, our website, and you can buy any of the cool MOCs and spaceships and awesome stuff that you see in this Yavin vlog today. So let's check out the progress on Yavin 4. This here, what you're looking at, is what we have managed to construct since last time. There's actually a little bit of extra over there, and I'll talk about that later, but this is the first of the 3 hangars that will be on Yavin 4. Don't pay attention to the detail down here. I haven't actually cleaned up our workspace as much as last time because basically we're in a constant work mode right now, and it would just set us back too far if I start cleaning up the bags of Legos and the random parts laying about. So you'll just have to see it in a very much work in progress state. But we have this, the first hangar made, and the scale is just massive. It's hard to do it justice in a YouTube video. You really have to see it. But if we get down here at sort of fig level, if you will, and look up at the scale of this thing, it's huge. It is huge. And I measured it. An X-Wing does technically fit under the hangar there. So it does function as a hangar, but I could not be happier with how this has turned out. Now, building this was insane. Ramon did most of the build work, and the internal structure of it is incredibly complicated because the bricks here are offset by half a plate each. That requires a ton of jumpers and a ton of complicated building techniques internally, and it made it a slow building process and also a massive building process. Each one of these towers is bigger than pretty much the biggest MOC we've ever built in terms of part count. So Ramon's built 2 of these towers so far. Mike and Evie were both collaborating, working on that tower. They take forever to build. And then Jack and some help from his roommates, and then I worked on this main hangar wall a bit. And structurally it came together, but the digital design had to be modified a bit. There's a few things I didn't account for in terms of Lego weight and bowing. Bowing's when you have too many Lego plates together and things start to bend under its own weight, and it creates basically non-straight lines, and things don't line up where you wanted them to. So we had to do a lot of adjustment to get that working properly. Let's take a look at the back of this massive behemoth. So the back of Yavin 4 is definitely going to be in a work in progress state for a little bit. I'm happy though that I got the wall, this back wall, to maintain a pretty straight line. That required a lot of interesting Technic reinforcement behind it there. And this top area that is open, ultimately we're going to build in a floor that comes out back here, which maybe we'll put some X-Wings on top of it. It depends what it looks like. That floor will be supported by some big columns back here, and then we're going to have a lot of control center and internal hangar stuff going on behind here. But before we get into any of that detail work, ultimately I want to finish up the front side of Yavin. But we've built some little cracks and stuff into here, and our plan is to kind of dirty it up a bit more with some brown and dead vines and stuff growing on the interior. But basically the back side of it is pretty plain right now, but it's come along quite nicely. Let's take a look at this outer column here and kind of what's been going on in this whole area. I've spent the last weekend or so working in this area. This little unit here, this little track coming along by my finger, covers up the angle switch. We had to have a grid angle switch as the hanger grid changes as it comes around. And that was pretty tricky to design, so we used some panels and some clever wedge plate techniques in there. And we've just got a few plates that have been ordered that'll fill in those tiny little gaps there, and then this will look pretty smooth and pretty slick, and there'll be a somewhat seamless transition from that into this over here. So I'm excited about how that's come along, and I've been working on integrating the jungle to this tower over here. Now, if you look at the Yavin for specifically Rogue One concept art, or the Rogue One shots from the film, this tower on the end is actually getting engulfed by the jungle. And so I've started to build that in here. Let me see if I can get a slightly better angle for you. But basically the jungle has come around, and there's trees and vines and everything taking over this tower here. And so I've been working a lot on that transition over there, and working a lot on the jungle itself in addition to the massive temple. So although we haven't seen a massive amount of progress with the jungle in terms of like what's changed since last time I built up this bank a little bit, I have kind of come across some new techniques that I like. The Pick-a-Brick wall at the Lego store had a ton of these guys. So we filled up basically 2 cups with some flowers as well. And I've been building these like little ferns, or I don't know what you want to call them, but kind of bushy plants that fit in there to give the jungle a little bit of a different look to it. And I like the way it's turning out. It's going to fill in really nicely. I still have to build the bridge across there, but you might notice that I built this guy. So this little guy here is a tower sentry. He's sort of the lookout guard for Yavin. There's a few of them, I believe, placed strategically around the Yavin base. Some people think he's actually on one of the columns there mounted, because when they actually did the production shots for the first Star Wars film, that's how they got him above the tree line. But I actually think they just climbed up the temple to put it there so that they could take the shot from behind. And I believe he's meant to exist somewhere in the dense jungle overlooking stuff. We've got him wired up with those brick stuff LEDs. It won't focus when I got the jungle behind him. We got him wired up with these brick stuff LEDs, and those should look pretty good when they're turned on. And I like that he's got a spear. Somebody on Instagram said it's a laser spear or whatever, and that's in lore somewhere. I couldn't find the specific info on this guy, so if you guys know where to get the backstory, the lore on what, if there's any extra info on this sentry guy, this Yavin guard, let me know, because I'd love to somehow incorporate it into the build. But we're gonna place him somewhere in here, I think, probably looking that direction or somewhere. Building this little ring around him was a real pain in the butt. We got those little clip pieces on there from, I think those come from like the Clone Trooper helmet accessories, and that allowed me to clip it on there. But that's a really tricky thing to design, because there's not a lot of hollow rings in Lego, so trying to come up with a hollow ring was very difficult. And we got the electrical wires running down here, so I'm actually really excited about our little sentry tower. He's gonna look awesome. As for the rest of the jungle, not a huge amount has been done. We've had the river finished for a while, and I've just been kind of patching it in around the base of the tower here. Now, as for the rest of Yavin, we have been making some small changes to sort of the layout of where the infantry are. We have a big collection of minifigs that Ramon ordered for us that basically should compromise all the characters that you might see on the Yavin base at one point or another. We're going to mix them together. I've been doing a little bit of work with sort of getting these areas built up a little, testing out some visual styling and stuff, but this whole tarmac area is going to get filled up with a lot more containers and crates and things going on, just to make it more interesting and have a lot of Easter eggs and eye candy and visual stuff going on. So I've basically been starting to like figure out how some of these components on the ground should work and should be fitting together. Of course, I love this little welder guy. That's a kit you can get from Brick Stuff, I believe, and he'll he'll like weld things and he turns on and off at different times. And I think that looks awesome. It looks cool with the B-wing there. I don't think this is gonna be the final resting place of the B-wing. It'll probably end up somewhere else, but I like the look of it, and I like sort of making it look like it's, you know, in repair, at a commission at the moment. Found this little net guy, this little net thing. I think this is from like a pirate set or something like that, and it looks kind of cool there. But yeah, getting some of the pilots and little figs together just to test out some visual stylings. Oh, A-wing pilot fell over back there, but we're just beginning to test out some of the visual stylings. Now for the next vlog, or the next process of what we're working on here, I've got a couple ideas. The main thing I want to get done for next vlog is to finish out this tarmac area. Not only here, but hopefully here, and then possibly on this end of Yavin. This end of Yavin is probably going to be the last thing that actually gets finished with the overall base. I talked in last vlog how I want to do a crack there. I haven't really made any progress on that because we've been working so much on the temple, but that is still something I want to do. So I'd like to at least get the tarmac finished all the way from here to here. We'll see how much we can fill in here by the next vlog. I guess it really just depends on timing and whatnot, but yeah, I'm really excited about the temple. I think by the next vlog also we'll probably have this tower done and that hangar done. Hopefully we can get that one done as well, if it doesn't drive Ramon completely insane, because he's been doing the majority of the build work when it comes to these towers, and it is just, it's a lot of Lego building and not the most fun Lego building. It's a lot of monotony and repetition and complexity on top of that.
So what's the biggest Lego build you've ever put together? Single biggest build in terms of parts you've ever put together?
The Yavin column tower.
How many pieces is the Yavin column
I can
tower
tell you the
stairs?
exact part count. 9,374.
9,374. So you just finished the biggest build you've ever put together, ever. What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna make another one. Oh, and then I'm gonna make another one.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get more of this built. Obviously, if you guys haven't heard, or not obviously, but if you guys haven't heard, we are going to be opening up the Lego studio for walkthrough tours. Now, we don't have a specific date for that, but we're hoping within the next few months we can have this place open and get you guys in here to check it out in person if you're local in San Diego or in the LA area, or don't mind driving a bit or whatever. We'd love to have you guys in here, so stay tuned for big announcements on that, or official announcements. We'll be using our BrickVault.toys website to let people sign up for tours and stuff like that. So yeah, there will be YouTube videos, there will be social media, Instagram, Twitter announcements, all that kind of stuff. So if you follow us on any of those platforms, then you'll certainly hear about it. And of course, if you like any of these awesome ships that you see down here, the A-wings, the B-wings, the X-wing, Y-wing, even the Ghost and the massive Zeta-class shuttle, all these ships are available at BrickVault.toys, our web store. And you can buy the instructions, upload the part list to BrickLink, and build them for yourselves. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next Yavin vlog.